Confirmation, and it's on game number 1 for our round 12 feature match.
Yep, and you can tell the tension is high. The stakes have never been higher. This is the final round of Swiss before we get to top 64. First roll's a 7 there for Joshua. DaVinci is rolling 9. Just big enough.
I will choose to go first. Go on.
Proudly declare that beautiful handshake, and now our players are getting ready to draw their opening hands.
We'll get the start.
And duel.
Go on.
DaVinci going first here. Choosing for that with Mitsurugi, Ryziel. We've seen this deck a few times on the feature matches. Everyone's got their own subtle variations of the deck here, but prayers is one of the best ways to start.
No tribute.
Certainly one of the most important rounds of these Duelist Life because, again, they are so close to getting to the top 64, and they both still might, but a win and in feels pretty good as we use Mitsurugi prayers to add Habakiri to the hand.
Yep, we're not going to be paying any 800 life because we did not summon, so we're just going to be adding. This Habakiri could get the rest of the Mitsurugi engine going.
Important to do that in the draw phase so that your opponent cannot droll and lockbird you. And now we're in the main phase here for the Habakiri effect.
Yep, and this is the ever-powerful once per duel effect to let you summon a monster from the deck and then tribute a card.
Tribute Saji.
We're going to tribute that said Saji, and now Saji's effect on tribute will let you search for any Mitsurugi spell card. That might be the ever-so-faithful Mitsurugi ritual.
Got a little bit of a peek at Joshua's hand. Don't see too much interaction, but plenty of starters.
Oh, but hey, there you
Speaking of
go.
the draw and lockbird, Kangas was totally right. That card is everywhere in this format, and now DaVinci has to play under that for the rest of the turn.
Part of the reason, you know, talking about World Championship players, Julian, who just qualified at the points playoffs, he was telling us part of the reason he thinks Malice is so threatening is everyone's main decking 3 droll. And Malice is one of the few decks that doesn't really stop, but it does stop this deck quite a lot. It becomes much harder to assemble a strong end field.
Basically, he's forced to open his Ryziel engine. He now has no way within the archetype of Mitsurugi just to dig into that stuff and automatically get it through duo drive and whatnot. And so that could really shut down his overall sort of ceiling for the turn.
Yeah. Well, speaking of ceilings, it does help to have that Night Sword Serpent. Some duelists choosing not to play it, but it does give you a little extra push there. Now activating Mitsurugi Ritual, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and tribute to special summon Ame no Murokuma no Mitsurugi from the deck here.
Another really important thing about Droll and Lockbird here is that because he is under Droll, that Habakiri will not summon itself back by being tributed because he's not able to add a card as well.
Yes. You cannot fulfill the entire effect, so you can't do any of the effect.
Here we're going to see a Link summon. This could be for SP Little Knight, it could be for some kind of end board piece he's going for. The Serpent will get banished because he was summoned back using its own
maybe
effect.
a Fiendsmith engine? Oh,
Dynamondo,
okay.
Yeah.
That could threaten some board wipe potential by bringing back the Murakumo during Joshua's turn. Ooh, and there we see the Do Warrior coming down from DaVinci here. He's playing sort of a mixture of sort of Automat cards, Mitsurugi cards, and Ryziel cards.
I haven't seen this build, and that's the excitement of the deck, is I said it at the beginning, everyone has their own little variation of how they like to play it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the deck name alone does not tell the full story of the duel. You have to really peer into the deck list by seeing the person play. And even then, if it's card for card, they have completely different styles. We've seen so many different mirror matches throughout the tournament.
And then, of course, even with the Automat, you know, engine, sub-engine, you're not always locked into playing all of the cards. You can just run 3 Warrior with one of the Go Glove. Did I say that right? Go count the
Dwarf.
Go
Glove.
Yep, I got
You
it.
got it.
Yeah. I'm going to just use my fingers every time. But you can just use it as just a sub-engine to get into your rank 4s. But we're still under the Droll, so we can't go into the Ryziels. It's just going to be the Baguska.
But that's
He's
a really great, strong turn when you think about it, how conservative. The Dynamondo, the Baguska, that is really defensive considering he got hit by the Droll and Lockbird.
That's a great point.
Here we're starting out with Joshua with Fiendsmith's Track. He's going to be threatening a lot of stuff to DaVinci. It's going to be a really nice starter for him here.
Notably, this is also, depending on what else is in your hand, a lot of it's going to be links. So you're, you call it Fiendsmith Lurie. I think arguable you could call it, but Fabled Lurie.
Hey, there was some Fabled support this year. It's still a Fabled card.
You can do some of the Fiendsmith stuff with just Link monsters. It does kind of get locked with Lacrima with the Baguska. So
you're going to miss out an effect there for sure.
Yeah, we'll see how much Josh was able to do with just the Fiendsmith engine.
While under Droll and Lockbird, because after resolving the track, DaVinci did hit him with that as Chainlink 2 to his Lurie.
Oh, he did.
Luckily, the Fiendsmith cards, if you don't get drolled on the engraver for the track, you're actually fine, because you don't do any more searching, but
his Goblin cards,
the Goblin cards,
So we see Requiem coming down, going to be activating that Lacrima probably to be getting the rest of his Fiendsmith cards like Engraver. Classic we've seen time and time again.
Fiendsmith Engraver.
So I would imagine you're trying to push through just to be able to get through the Baguska, and then you would play any Goblin Biker cards you might have in your hand, right?
And so here we're probably going to go into a Necro Quip, I'd imagine, and then you can use the Engraver effect in Graveyard, because Baguska will only negate the field effects of monsters.
Yep, and then we can get access to a rank 6 if we need one.
Or a Link 2, probably, because Baguska really shuts down any of the rank monsters. They'll still go to defense mode, so we won't have enough like light fiends to go into a sequence play, but maybe we could do like an SP depending on what they have.
Going to activate Engraver by putting back these words.
Yeah, so there's only going to be 2 light fiends in the graveyard after this all happens.
You're fine.
Kind of difficult there for sure, but looks like we're going to go ahead and bring back Fiendsmith Engraver, and now this is where the choices begin.
We might just summon SP Little Knight to like out this Baguska.
That's one of the classic
outs. Because it does include a fusion monster there from the extra deck.
Exactly.
So SP Little Knight.
There it
SP
is.
Little Knight.
Ooh, and we can use the Dynamundo arrow to summon it too.
Sick.
That's fun.
That is fun.
And now we can actually kind of stymie the Dynamundo too by being able to get rid of the Baguska here and be triggers Dynamundo, dodge it.
Oh, wow. Great card.
And he has a monster card in his hand too to prevent the SP from responding to the droplets.
If not, let's see.
Because you can't chain a spell card.
Great break, a grand breakout.
All right, sort of a get out of jail card there. So we're going to go ahead and activate Goblin Biker Grand Breakout.
Beautiful.
Off the field. And that means it's going to resolve because it's not face up on the field.
Exactly. So it's no longer negated. We can get through the Baguska. We never normal summon. It's only the Dynamundo that we have to worry about now.
All right, Goblin Bikers, do your thing.
Yeah, this will be really interesting to see here. So I believe Grand Breakout, does it summon or does it add to hand? I forget which one it does.
It adds to hand.
Ooh. It is unfortunate, though, that we are getting rid of
it does special summon. Okay,
it has to, otherwise...
Oh, yeah, the Joel Lockford. What are we doing here?
And I forget, Droplet doesn't target, correct? So he can still Droplet this card.
He can,
So it's worth noting that like we're currently in Chain Link, I believe, 3 here to activate the Grand Breakout.
That's right.
Got rid of SP. Now we're going to go Droplet, negate that monster, and then SP. That monster, by the way, is Mean Merciless.
Yeah, it allows you to special summon a goblin monster from your hand on summon. And in your main phase, you can detach material from a monster if it's in the graveyard, and then special summon it.
Oh, but there is the Goblin Biker's Gone Wild, being able to be normal summoned by using its effect. That allows it to be normal summoned, and because it has been normal summoned, I believe now that Baguska is gone, he has the ability to special summon 1 level 4 or lower goblin monster from his deck.
Use the effect of summon goblins in my deck.
Definitely cool to see goblins at this high level of play. Usually you see goblins paired with the Memento deck because there's that intersection between Memento Goblin and the rest of the Goblin Bikers. But here, this is just Goblin Bikers going crazy.
They're going wild right now, as it says on the card right there. And all under Droll still.
You did Droll, yes.
Being reminded that Joshua tried to search. DaVinci says, no, you cannot. But Joshua does still have multiple monsters on the field. Dynamundo is really... There's nothing in DaVinci's hand. It's only the Dynamundo.
I actually just saw a little card in Joshua's hand by the name of Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. So if he activates that Dynamundo, he's in for a rough awakening, I think.
But what a great choice, too. It is a level 3 monster itself. I did also see the Speedroid Terratop there, so this is obviously a nice little rank 3 toolbox trying to pick apart a rank 4 toolbox.
Ooh, and there's the Ghost Spell I was talking about, making Dynamundo useless. DaVinci now has no cards in hand, no cards on field, and Joshua has an army of goblins ready and raring to do some damage.
Dynamundo tried to tribute itself to special summon the Mitsurugi from the graveyard, the Amino Marakumo, but not going to pull that off.
But that was the right play for sure. DaVinci doing just exactly what the game plan was, and most of the time you're only seeing the Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion in Vanquish Soul decks. So how could you predict that unless you kind of saw the commonality of the fact that it's level 3?
But it also hits a lot of other decks in the field right now. I actually do think Ghost Spell is a very effective card to be main decking, at least side decking. So I'm happy that we're actually seeing it in a feature match because I've talked to some duelists. Some say, no, this is like a legitimate card you need to worry about right now.
Some people think about DD Crow, but DD Crow would not do much in certain situations, and this Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion is just perfect to waste that effect.
So we're going battle phase here. We're swinging 24 with the Gone Wild and 16 with the Doug Charger.
I did, SP. You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You were right.
Both players' responsibility to maintain an active game.
You know what that is, DaVinci? That is a third-place Dragon Duelist at a WCQ right there. Let's go.
Oh, yes.
He is keeping track of every lingering effect on the field, the Droll, the SP, all of it.
Sees the whole world under the tournament policy guidelines and definitely corrected his opponent there, but that's okay because he was just going to do a little bit of damage. We're in main phase 2. We weren't going to be able to do any damage anyway or attack. So let's see what we do with this Link Summon.
That's looking like...
Oh, no.
Wow.
Did we put back the Requiem?
No, but we can use these to make sequence because it's a light fiend still.
You're right.
Yes.
You are right.
And now we have another Light Fiend in the graveyard as well.
Yes, so we can still end on Desiree
Now
here
we
pretty
can get to the
confidently.
Desiree, yes, because the Moon is that third Light Fiend.
Yep.
But how are we going to get back into our Goblin engine? I guess we have Terror Top, which can normal summon, get you Takatomborg if you played, and then have a rank 3 that way. Because the big problem for Joshua here was that he was not able to summon Big Gabanga and get the search.
Yeah.
And just having Big Gabanga plus a Gone Wild is not going to be enough to stop DaVinci on his next turn.
We have committed our normal summon here, so I think
on a
Joshua.
new turn, is what I'm saying, yeah.
Joshua's going to be passing with, I believe, just Desiree, but DaVinci's on just the draw.
I did catch in the extra deck a Fiendsmith Agnum Day, so I was surprised not to see like the fullest extension of the combo, but he may be saving that to bring back the Fiendsmith Desiree later.
Stand by.
And he didn't have Lacrima in the graveyard, so.
Do you have any
Yeah, he went for
active effects in
Engraver off the
graveyard?
Yeah.
Requiem. But I think Joshua did a great job of playing through everything DaVinci had and had just the right answers to stymie him to the point where now he's, like you said, Steven, on nothing. Set one and pass.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really tough position for DaVinci. Joshua actually did a fantastic job of sequencing his plays.
Normal summon speed wood.
There he
Oh,
is.
wow.
The
There he
ultimate
is.
rank 3 engine toolbox.
And we're
he's just
going-
gonna
That's
concede the
enough.
game.
He's seen all he needs to see. So DaVinci conceding there, conserving as much time, about 34 minutes left on the clock. Joshua taking the first game with Fiendsmith Goblin Bikers.
And now comes the question. Joshua takes game one, but he showed the Goblin Bikers. Does DaVinci have a side deck that will allow him to effectively shut down what Joshua is trying to do here? Because Goblin Bikers are not the most common core engine, like you had said. They're usually a supplemental engine for something like the Memento deck, but in this case, it does seem like it's a wider Goblin engine that he's playing into.
I mean, it's like even worse for DaVinci because like a whole section of his deck actually plays into the Goblin Bikers when they go second. You know, the more these monsters you summon and leave on your turn going first, the more special summons and effects they now have access to.
I do wonder how much that's on his mind and how much you just say, okay, I'm just going to set up the Mitsurugi and then pass on that. Because Mitsurugi alone is still strong.
Very.
You have a lot of layers of interaction, and you don't have to go into all of your own Xyz monsters.
DaVinci definitely an experienced duelist there, so we'll have to see if he's keeping all of those Goblin Biker effects in his mind. You know, maybe he was just thinking of as a progressive engine of cards that just attacks, builds big monsters. We didn't see any detaching Xyz materials, and it has been a long day, so he may forget. But I would imagine a duelist of DaVinci's experience definitely knows what these cards do, and I would be curious to see if you're right, Steven, if he brings out just the ritual monsters.
And I did notice, too, that Troll and Lockboard was more than enough to turn off the Goblin side of Joshua's deck and make it less, you know, impactful in overall explosiveness. But with how consistent the Fiendsmith engine is under Droll, usually after you use your first track or your first engraver, you can still play pretty fine under that kind of stuff. And so it's going to be really hard for DaVinci, I think, to find that right balance of, okay, how do I interrupt this play / stop him from playing it? That might be tough to do.
Yeah, good point. But side decks have been sided.
Yeah.
Duelists are now shuffling their deck, so we're getting ready for duel number 2. It's back against the wall here for DaVinci. You're down 1 in this best of 3 series, and that would put you at 9-3. We're talking about that bubble. Not guaranteed, not really known what your future holds if you drop this one.
And if you're Joshua, you got to feel super confident. I mean, you broke Swerve. You know, you went second in game 1. Now you're going second again in game 2. You feel pretty confident already. And then in game 3, even if you lose this one, you can choose to go first.
And here we go, judges just making sure that the players are all set before we officially start game number 2.
Oh yeah, look at them. They're ready to go. They're like, let's get this going. I'm so tense right now. I need to make sure that we just win this and wait for the top cut.
I know DaVinci has been in stressful situations at Dragon Duel and NAWCQs, but this has got to rank up there in stressful duels in his career so far. But here we go. Game number 2, Joshua versus DaVinci.
I mean, if he's been up on the featured match before, this might just be his childhood playground.
Maybe, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm building this too much up, and he's calling his cucumber up there.
But he does seem like he's taking this serious. There's no joke in here, so let's see what he does on his draw phase.
Yes.
Main?
Yes.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see how we lead off here. Last time we led off with Mitsurugi. Do we have non-Mitsurugi cards to start off with here? Ooh, and that's
Yes,
right, the
we
one
do.
right there in the extra Izeal.
And again, this will start off going into Xyz, but you can always go just right into something like the King of the Paralimps and then get into the Mitsurugi. Leave your end field with as minimal Xyz monsters as possible, but we'll see what DaVinci just chooses to do into the Goblin Bikers.
There's also a version of this where you just ignore the pressure applied by the Goblin Biker's ability to attach materials. Maybe you make a big detonator and you just destroy a few monsters that show up after they detach the one material you have.
True. Also, very important there, Joshua had nothing on resolution, no Droll and Lockbird for this turn.
No Molcharmi Purulia either. It seems like
True.
he's just sitting on there. Maybe there's a Nibiru the Primal being at the ready, but Joshua basically staring down DaVinci as he searches out his next Ryzeal, Ice Ryzeal.
Yep, so far we're just going through the standard line here. Having that Ryzeal dual drive already in the yard will be really nice for this first one that we're going to go into, because you can get that extra attach on top of being able to search for two more Ryzeal cards. Ooh, but there's the Ash.
Wow. Interesting timing.
Almost always when you want to use your interaction, especially if you only have one form of interaction in your hand, is stopping the duo drive search is usually critical. It doesn't stop your opponent from playing. We have normal summon ice, but it at least makes sure that it can't get to something like that cross, which really can just shut down a lot of decks, especially things like Nibiru if that is additionally in your hand.
Well, Steven, you were talking about mitigating the amount of Xyz materials on field. That Ryzeal Duo Drive sure does have 3 materials.
It's got a couple. Yeah.
So plenty of things for the Goblin Bikers to sort of take off. I love the idea of them just like going by like, I'm just going to take this Xyz material off. You can just yank that one off.
Be like, I'll take that robot. I'll take that robot. I'll take that robot.
These are mine now. These are biker parts.
And I believe I see in the hand there of DaVinci the Mitsurugi Great Purification. So it looks like he drew one of his search targets at the Mitsurugi engine anyway.
So far, besides that King of Pharaoh Imp Sign like you talked about, I don't see any other way for him to get into the engine. But that's something to also think about too, is because the Ash Blossom's already been used in the duo drive, now we can feel like Habakiri is going to be pretty safe later on in the turn.
Yeah. DaVinci considering his next move here. Looks like we are going to maybe perform another Xyz summon as he picks up and puts down the Ice Ryzeal. Maybe not.
But yeah, using your 2 Ryzeal names right here, Node being one of them, makes it pretty hard to go for a Ryzeal Detonator later in the turn too. So he's kind of have to pick and choose here.
Yeah.
But thanks to this Do Warrior, he might be able to act as what's it called? Did I make you laugh with that one?
Because I like the gallop of do-do-do-do, but yours is like it's like a ramp up, like do-do-do-do.
That's how he said it in the show. Is he goes like do-do-do-do, and then I just add the do in front of it.
Well, there's the King of the Feral Imps, by the way. There's a little bit of information kind of given away. Oh, and it's Nibiru, the Primal Being. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That's
the big old token.
This is why you Ash that duo drive.
No
they can't get to the cross. They can't stop Nibiru from coming down. An incredible 2-card combo to stop your opponent's turn.
I will say, though, this is a gigantic token. I think it's like 12, 37 plus 23, so it's 5K attack for sure, and then defense is probably like, I don't know, at least 4K.
Well, I props to you for doing math live on air.
That's
it's always dangerous. It's always dangerous.
They're all guesstimates. They're not exact. They'll say them later.
I struggle doing math off air. But
Speaking of later, I think we are just past the turn. DaVinci's going to go ahead and pass it on over.
Yeah.
So wild to see that a single Nibiru the Primal Being shut that turn down. Just very effective use of those 2 cards, locking the opponent out. And while there aren't any Xyz materials on the field, there's also really not much to worry about except a single set card. So I think we're going to go and activate our Goblin Bikers Grand Entrance.
Grand Entrance is going to be a really nice start here to get the other main goblins added to the hand. This is the card that will unlock other things like maybe Dug Charger or things like Clatter Sploder. Once he gets more things put in the graveyard. Lots of fun options here with this card.
Again, there's a non-zero chance that Goblin Biker fans are going to get to see a basically pure build advance into the top 64 of the NAWCQ.
That would be, does it gain original?
That's true. I believe it gains current attack, right? For Nibiru? Oh, it's
original attack.
Beautiful.
The attack will be 48.
Plus 8.
Plus 14, that's 62.
62. I said 52.
62. Hey, that's okay. It's okay. Doing math live on the air is difficult, as Steven said.
All right, so there's the grand breakout.
That's fine.
Sorry, grand entrance.
Grand entrance. They're all grand.
Breakout was the one that you did like sack a card.
Yep. So we are going to search out the Goblin Biker here.
There's Gone Wild. That'll be a good normal summon here and be able to special summon another goblin from the deck, which, with that Nibiru, is 2 monsters.
Looks like the defense also is 5,600, which is huge, too. Very relevant.
But with things like Big Gabanga, we can always attach our opponent's monsters to it as material. And what happens if you attach a token? It just like disappears to the ether, right?
I don't think you can attach a token. Yeah. Those are the 2 things you can't do. You can't banish it face down. You can't send it to the graveyard for cost, and you can't attach it as Xyz material.
Could it be used for an XZ summon? No, right?
No, because again, it's not really a monster. It's a token.
It can't exist anywhere not on the field. So it can't exist as material.
Exactly, yes. But here we go. Now we're using 2 monsters, like you had said, Steven, that we can go into Moon and Closed Heaven and straight into Finsmith.
We can just engrave it out this card.
You can, absolutely, because you can't send it to the graveyard. It's just you cannot send it to the graveyard for cost. Ooh, the Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, though, slowing things down.
That'll hurt a lot.
Oh, wow. But there it is.
Doesn't matter.
It's time for some rank 3
Legendary
anyway.
Wind Monster.
Takitomborg. I'm very familiar with these cards. I've been playing Speedroid quite a little bit, actually, ever since Scream Darkers came out, and they are beautiful.
The level 6. The level 6. And then one unknown?
You and your wind monsters, Steven. Something about him.
There's nothing wrong with wind monsters. Don't be like that.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm just saying he has a particular taste.
That's fair. That's fair. You're allowed to like wind.
Yeah.
It's a very underrated
There's no
attribute.
animosity
I love the underdogs.
Yeah.
But there's the big
fireman
Kabonga!
myself.
Biggest Kabonga. That is a quarter-century secret rare if I ever saw one.
Gorgeous.
Showing up here with style.
On summon, that'll get another Goblin card added to his hand, and now we have some exuberant materials on the board to activate some of our other effects as well.
Nice to see the full showcase of the Goblin Micro effects, right? We only get to see a little preview here and there until DaVinci eventually conceded that game, but now Joshua has shifted into Turbo as we get the Doug Charger.
And then he searches.
And we still haven't done our normal summon, correct? We still have the Gone Wild in our hand.
That is correct.
Oh, have we not normal summon?
I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we have not.
The Terror Top
is a special summon. That's right.
Summon, yeah. Did we? What did we use to make the moon? Was that Gone Wild or no?
No, that wouldn't be a Light Fiend.
No, to make the moon of the closed heaven.
Oh, maybe we did normal summon.
Yeah, because we had Nibiru plus another monster. I think that was our normal summon per turn. Whatever that monster was, I don't remember. My brain is Teflon.
I believe we used. I think we used Grand Entrance.
Yeah, because he had
initially.
He had to have had a normal summon, right?
Yeah.
So this one is Goblin Biker Grand Bash. So we have gone through all the Grands.
This one, Goblin monsters you control. It's a continuous spell, first of all. They all gain 300 attack for each Goblin monster you control, so a little buff. But more importantly, you get an additional normal summon.
There it is, and now we're an additional normal summon in the Gone Wild.
Yes, so we were close. You just needed one more piece to get that normal summon.
I was like, the Gone Wild is still in your hand, right? Like I knew it was in his hand the whole time.
So not to make you do math on a Sunday morning, but 900 attack boost to each of those goblins. Those are already big enough numbers, but not quite bigger than the 5,600 defense yet.
How many more would he need, Steven?
Well, that's another one right there.
I'm not even going to try.
1,200. You are the math, Steven. Don't blame me. I didn't go to math
school.
He
would need a Goblin Biker Leak Monster for sure, which I don't think exists.
1,500 is the max you would be able to. Well, no, you could put Xyz in the extra monsters on.
That's true. 18 boost.
Yeah. But 18, unfortunately, would require him still to have around a 3,300 or something like that.
So there we see the Cloud Exploder being read there by DaVinci. It's kind of an interesting card. Basically, it's a reborn for goblins, and then during your main phase, quick effect, you can detach 1 Xyz for a monster, and if you do,
How much defense does that token have?
special summon it from the graveyard.
5,600, if I remember?
Yep, 5,600 is right, Judge.
But are there anything in the rank 3 toolbox that can out this Nibiru token?
Well, there's always the SP Little Knight.
But then you can't attack directly.
Yeah, that wouldn't really feel good because you put all these monsters on the board with all this high attack power, but not be able to actually do any damage.
You also have the additional effective Grand Bash. You can target your goblins and basically modulate their levels.
Or make one level become equal to the other
Yep,
level.
Josh was explaining that right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that level 6.
Oh, are we going to go for Crazy Beast?
I
Crazy
believe we
Beast can
are.
destroy cards, right?
For a Goblin's Crazy
Have we
Beast.
Yes,
Yeah.
there he is. A beautiful common. We love that card. I played that card a lot in Malice, and I know very well how crazy it can be.
I think DaVinci's about to find out as he reads through the card effect there.
I don't believe it has a way to out the token.
Yeah, you can target one spell or trap on the field,
Yeah.
detach your materials from any monster on the field, and then attach that target to this card.
Oh, okay.
He's going to take the...
Attach the Doug and the Paradox.
One from each there.
Yep, you can attach from anywhere on the board to use the Goblin Crazy Beast's effect.
Oh, and he took the Great Purification. That kind of shows that the opponent had very little here, so if you're able to keep playing, you just need to get through your own Nibiru token.
I mean, we saw Nibiru tokens win entire matches on day 0. It's definitely possible.
I imagine if we just go SP, clear the token, the Crazy Beast can also come back from the graveyard by attaching a Goblin in your graveyard to it as material. So we can get it back on the field and then still clear the token and at least have interaction. You'll have the SP banish. You'll have still that back row kind of attach effect from Crazy Beast.
Yeah, and I think Josh
or
was agreeing with you
IP.
here.
Okay, sure.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, yeah, we don't necessarily need to deal with it right away.
Huh.
We may as well make DaVinci, because if you leave that token on there, it turns off some of the Ryzeal cards that he could draw into, like X becomes not a searcher anymore. So he could be saying, hey, if you try to attack me, I can just IP, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Goblin Trade Beast will come back anyway.
None of these cards lock you in X, Y,
Because it comes back at
Okay.
any end phase, right? Not just your own, I believe.
will attempt to lead
For which effect?
For Crazy Beast to
end
come back,
phase.
it can be any end phase, right? Not just your
Go
own.
for draw?
I believe it's just activated effect in the graveyard, not an end phase effect.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
says
So-
if this card is in your graveyard, you can special this card.
Stand
Yeah,
by?
so Joshua feels safe to go, I'm going to have IP here to interrupt whatever you're trying to do. This token, while it is scary, will not
Do you
beat
have
me.
any battle protection?
You need
effects?
something else.
Yeah.
DaVinci did get another turn, though. It looks like we were just going to pass here, and so he drew and is just trying to play through. So I think the vibe is just to basically clear out whatever it is that comes his way and then win
And,
next
he's gonna
turn.
buy
So this is
Yeah.
DaVinci's moment. Back to the wall.
Graveyard, I can special summon him and put a goblin underneath it as material from the grave.
DaVinci did ask an interesting question there as he was changing over turns.
And this
None
side
of
no
these cards
longer,
lock you
it
into
just changes
exceeds.
levels?
Yeah, no, they're just fun.
Yeah,
They don't have that
So this
Ryzeal
guy
restriction.
forgets all goblins 300 attack per goblin I control. So right now this guy is at 3K.
3,000.
So we are going to switch the
Yeah,
token
you can
to
just go
attack
battle
mode.
phase, threaten the
We're
IP
going to
here. Yep.
We're going into main, and we're
And he
in-
allows. So because if you IP go into SP, then main phase continues and
Yeah.
DaVinci can keep going. I think that Josh was saying, yeah, do it. I'll
right.
take the damage, but you don't get a battle phase
the
to
tokens at 62 attack.
really do the rest of the damage here. Now it's main phase 2, DaVinci can continue to play, and we still have the quick effect of Goblin's Crazy Beast to at least take a back row.
If he sets any, yeah.
Yeah, which you can do really funny stuff. Like if they prayers, you can take it, and then they can't like get it back in their hand.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. A
Yeah,
lot of
it-
creativity here.
Yeah.
It is a quick effect.
Like they'll be able to. Oh, and it looks like nothing for DaVinci.
Set
When
and
you attempt to
pass.
leave main 2.
Mhm.
Effect.
Effective
Carrot?
Platter Exploder in the graveyard to summon itself back by detaching.
Think you detach your own goblin, or do you send the Mitsurugi Great Purification back to the grave?
You probably just give
Yeah, I
him.
think the goblin.
The goblin,
You
that
want
makes
your own
sense.
goblins in the graveyard, right?
And it's great because you know you were waiting to do that in case they do something like a
Oh.
prayers, and now you don't need the double materials because Crazy Beast has to send 2. Not gonna be able to do it anymore,
that-
but I think at this point you're safe.
And it looks like Josh was eyeing up that big Gabonga to summon back thanks to the Cloud Exploder, because he can summon any goblin.
Special summon, and then 2 Gone Wild target your set to attach it to my goblin and use material.
Oh, it's any set card, including a monster. DaVinci cannot believe his eyes as he picks up the Cloud Exploder.
Now, it won't be able to attach to the big Gabonga
That's
because it's
fun.
not in play yet, but it will be able to attach to Goblin's Crazy Beast. And
Maybe
we just
all
took,
you need.
we just took Go Glove.
Oh, did a dwarf go to go glove? I thought that was what going on because earlier when the Do Warrior was used, it sent another copy of Do Warrior to the graveyard.
Yeah, and that's the difficulty of running this slimmer engine of the Automats is that sometimes you draw that one of that you don't want to draw.
Yeah, but now during the end phase, Big Gabonga will activate to allow you to attach
a goblin from the deck to its material.
any goblin from the deck as material. Couldn't have said it better myself, Joshua.
Wow. It looks like Joshua's actually fought back here. DaVinci had a strong setup, but the Ash Nibiru combo from Joshua has allowed him to get a turn. It was stopped by the token that he couldn't get over, but now he's getting a second turn. Joshua surely will be able to do something to clear out this Nibiru token. It seems like that's the only threat.
I mean, besides access to his Fiendsmith engine, I don't know anything in the Goblin Xyz package that could out it other than an SP, but like we said earlier, if you SP, then you can't attack your game, and then DaVinci gets another turn.
Which is the argument for why
Awkward.
last turn.
That was the
If that's the only
previous
out, you gotta bite the
Yeah, I
bullet.
detach 2
We'll see.
from- It says any Xyz from monsters you control.
Could do a Fiendsmith combo
able to
that
do
includes
one-on-one.
Fiendsmith Requiem being equipped to Fiendsmith Engraver and then just chunk the backpack at him. That may be the strat here.
Oh, this is an interesting question. I think the judge was just clarifying, can Goblin Beast take materials from multiple monsters, or can it only take 2 from one? And I think you can take from multiple monsters, like 1 from one from another. I'm pretty sure that's fine.
I have the reading in front of
Consistent with the
me.
theme.
You can target a spell trap on the field, detach 2 materials from a monster or monsters
Yeah.
on the
There
field.
you go.
Perfect.
On the field, so you can take your opponent's
Yeah,
materials
exactly.
and
That's
detach
how,
them.
like, that one card can out an entire detonator.
Yeah. That's incredible.
It really is.
3 material. I should say.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, so I did see a Moltrami Perulia in hand there as we're picking up the extra deck. I think we are maybe going into Fiendsmith Paradise here.
You know what? I did see a WCQ just kind of flash there in Joshua's extra deck. That could be a card. It's just a normal Link 4 requires a Fiend. He has plenty in play. Just go into that main phase, discard a card, blow up the token. But
Wouldn't be a bad call.
Into the hand to add a goblin that can be attached to summon a goblin from hand.
okay. So this will be an add and an additional summon because he does now have Xyz monsters in play. This will get him some extra material that he could use here.
feel like Joshua has pretty much sized up this game. It's just about finding the path to victory here, but DaVinci may get one more turn after all and could bring this all the way back.
Well, we haven't ruled out to summon 6 goblins on the field for that 1800 attack boost, you know.
That is true.
It is not out of the question.
But remember, it has a bigger attack than its defense, and if he couldn't get over 5,600 defense,
I have faith.
He's got some work to do.
62 is really big. Like,
Also, just going to say, Grand Bash, I don't know how many he's running, but that attack boost is not, you could play multiples.
Ooh,
okay. Compounding. Let's see if it adds up.
What's your graveyard?
Unlikely. I'm going to imagine it would be SP Little Knight here, in all seriousness, to try and clear that token.
It's the most, like, resource-efficient way to get rid of it, whereas you go for something like a Link 4, like a Bow, you're committing 4 cards to get rid of 1.
But again, how funny would it be if we see a second Grand Bash?
That would be awesome.
To add a goblin from graveyard to hand.
Okay,
so we're going to recycle some goblins.
Yep, I believe we're using a different Grand Entrance that we had earlier.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. Give it back the Dodo Dwarf Go Glove.
That is actually,
I mean,
interesting.
Honestly, at this point, I think he wants him to XC summon, right? Because then he can Goblin Crazy Beast Quick Effect, just steal your stuff. I believe he can target his own spell and trap cards,
I
right?
believe he can as well. Let me just confirm.
Kind of taking the Bakuro route. I want you to play into this.
A spell or trap on the field.
Like, let him summon XC's monsters at that point.
Sure. Yeah, summon do a drive. Let me just take those materials from you.
What do I know in hand?
You know I have Gone Wild. That isn't.
You have not normal.
I have not normal summoned yet.
All that without a normal summon.
I've not manipulated the level either.
Nope, no additional normal, no regular normal, no level modulation of Grand Bash.
This is where we see, maybe in the Goblin Biker engine, not much, but maybe he's running other Xyz monsters, because being able to modulate levels.
Big Gabanga is a light fiend.
It is a light fiend.
It is a light fiend.
It is?
So you can go into the Fiendsmith Agnum Day.
That is incredible.
Wow.
If you wanted to.
The materials are 2 monsters?
He's going to go for SP,
we're just going to give SP.
I see Goblin Biker, Big Gabanga, Light Beast Warrior.
Oh, Beast Warrior.
Okay.
Warrior.
So we're using the SP Little Knight then to get rid of the token, which means that DaVinci is going to get another turn here.
Okay, that's on me. That's on me. I was like so excited. I saw a light. I was like, he was eyeing Agnum Day. I was like, how can you summon Agnum Day right now? But he went for SP. Perfectly normal.
So at this point, we know he won't be able to attack directly. I would say SP clears the token, assemble as much as you can to stop whatever DaVinci draws. Because that one card in hand doesn't seem like it's doing much. He just set a monster and passed on the last turn. So as long as we can create enough interaction that whatever DaVinci draws for a turn is not going to be enough, then Joshua's in a really good spot.
I wonder if Joshua thought that the reason why it was safe to detach the Dodo Dwarf Go Glove is that you already have 2 copies of Dodo Warrior in the graveyard.
I think you mean Dodo Warrior.
Either or, what are the chances we see a third Dodo Warrior?
Ah, a third option.
Take a nice little pauses there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we specialed Gone Wild using Mean Merciless's effect, and now we're going to use Gone Wild special with Doug Charger from the deck, and now we're going to add a spell trap. Is this the second Grand Bash? Do we have one? That'd be awesome.
That would be incredible.
Because we didn't use SP's effect on Summon to banish, so...
Okay, great.
Wow.
Oh, you're right. We didn't use
So we can still attack
Yeah,
directly.
the token's still there, so he may be trying to find a way to get rid of it.
So what are we doing here?
I mean, he has, I think, a line. It just requires him to have a Fiend monster at some point.
I'm looking at the extra deck. There actually is...
I know one thing in hand, correct?
A very unique option here. Actually, 2 that he could go for. No, actually, now that I'm looking, I think just one other option. I won't spoil it for anybody. Let's see if he's able to do it.
So here we have a Link
4
potentially.
Hey, you're right.
There it is.
Going to be.
There it is.
Cool.
Boom.
Right. What was the Fiend that he used? Was it? Oh, it was Mean Merciless. Mean Merciless is the Fiend.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Some of the goblins are fiends. Some of them are beast warriors. It's kind of like a interesting combination. Yeah.
So there is the Abow that I was talking about, but the reason he summoned SP was it was his only generic Link 2, and thus he can save a monster, get the Mean Merciless in the graveyard. Very good resource management there from Joshua.
Wow, so we're discarding the Grand Breakout to get rid of the token.
And hang on, how much damage do we have here? Because I believe Crazy Beast is 3K.
I think this is
I think
enough.
900
I think it's
boost.
enough with a 900 boost on everybody. That should be enough.
25 plus 32, 33, 58.
Yeah. And the About
3K is, that's it.
That's
Goblin
GG's.
Bikers have gone wild.
Woo! Joshua takes it 2-0 against DaVinci playing Goblin Biker Fiendsmith.
Goblin Bikers barrel down the highway to victory. Joshua walking away with a 2-0. And what a fun deck, man. Again, talking about it versus the field right now, there's a lot of Ryzeal out there.
Yeah.
This can really do damage to that deck in particular with your ability to interact with your opponent's materials. No surprise. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. He knows what's up.
They've gone wild.
They have gone wild.
They've been wild. They've been wild.
Past tense. Wow. Signing the sacred slip there. Joshua advancing likely into the top 64 with Goblin Bikers. Fiendsmith. That's incredible. Just wild to see. I know we keep using the word wild, but I mean, the Goblin Bikers really, they
what
went
else
wild.
Is there to say?
I mean, it's on the card name. I think they want
It
us
is
to
on the
use
card
it.
name.
But that's the fun of events like this, is that there's always going to be a couple of decks that aren't as popular as the others, but they are so good against what is popular. And this really does feel like what this Goblin Biker deck is, because even if you're against something like a Malice deck, you still can interact with your own cards, and you still have the Fiendsmith cards to interact with them as well. But so many decks are overlaying right now that it matches up against so many good things.
And his non-engine was like perfectly tailored for every situation I needed. Draw and Lockbird, Ghost Spell.
A
The Ash
Baoku.
Blossom on the duo drive was just so huge to enable him to Nibiru guaranteed and stop all the Mitsurugi shenanigans. It was beautiful to see.
Just great gameplay. We've already seen Goblins make it to the #1 spot, right? YCS Houston, but that was with Memento. Can you imagine, with all the talk of Malice and all the talk of Ryzeal, just revving it on up and the Goblin Bikers are the #1 guy?
That would be wild.
Wild.
Those Rapscallions,
Wild.
they did it again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what an event we've had so far, because we are coming to the end of Swiss now.
Yes.
And it's just, I'm not going to say wild, I'm just going to find an adjective. It is incredible to see the
Crazy.
caliber of crazy. Wait, there's Goblin Bikers going crazy too. You're taking all my words now.
Okay, bashful. No.
Bashful, there we go. But the
breakout.
explode. We exploded.
Jokes aside, it's just been so incredible. And there are so many duelists we didn't get to feature. So as we get to the top 64, there may be some surprises. There may be some other features and other decks we haven't seen yet.
There's one deck in particular I really hope we get to see in top 64. We didn't have a chance to feature it in the Swiss stage, but even things like Gem Knight are doing very well
a lot
at
of Gem
this
Knight
event.
duelists here.
Yeah, so there's still decks we haven't seen yet. Hopefully we can get them. But with all that being said, we're ready to hear from our winner up on stage with Jackie.
Thanks so much, Stevens. Okay, Joshua, you are in a fantastic position to make top 64. How badly do you want to hear your name called? What would that mean to you?
Well, it's one of those things that's a little unreal to think about because I've never really had this happen before, so I'm just hoping that it goes pretty good.
Okay, and yeah, first time on stage, showing off that Goblin deck. Were you nervous at all? What were you feeling like?
I was a bit nervous, but I was pretty excited. I was hoping just to get out there and just do something and hopefully show the deck off a little bit, and I think it went pretty well.
So why the Goblins? Like, what do you like about the Goblins? And I just want to know, you were playing some unorthodox cards, so I feel like you have an affinity for this deck.
Well, I really like it because it's just a deck that goes from 1 to 2 to 3 really quick, as in it suddenly has from nothing to everything, and I really like the explosivity because most people will not expect it until it's already happened. And I play some of the weirder cards because I need to, I wanted to fill out some of the space for it, and some of the weirder cards help you close out game states that normally you can't. Like the Grand Bash was one where you can use it to defeat people in just 3 summons if you have Mean Merciless and a Gone Wild, and that helps like get game states going where you can take away with it. Crazy Beast itself is actually a really, really good card in this deck because it combos really well with the Gone Wild because you just keep attaching stuff to it.
Okay, valid arguments there. And the Nibiru, how did you feel when that resolved?
I was hoping there was not anything else. It's like, please don't have Mitsurugi prayers right now. But when he went for King of the Feral Imps, I was like, this is either bait or it is something that is very important. So I was keep waiting because he didn't summon Star or anything to set the cross. So I wasn't really under any threat until he resolves Duo Drive. And I had a card to stop the Duo Drive. So I just let him keep going until he committed until the Feral Imps. And then I just rocked him there because I thought that was just the best course of action in this game state. Like, he didn't talents me, he didn't thrust me, he didn't do anything really that was putting me in a bad position. So I just let him commit and I got him for it.
Okay, Joshua, we have a little crowd here. Is there anything that you want to say to them, to the people watching at home?
You guys are awesome.
Joshua, thank you so much. Gonna send it back to our casters.